getting cold here now. Oh. The weather this morning is not that bad. It's really hot this morning, but this afternoon, I don't know what happened to the weather. It became cold. So today, I want to talk about camera gears, but maybe let's find a little warm, warm place to talk about it. So today we are going to talk about camera gears. You know, those things that you need when you're starting a YouTube or when you're starting to do blogging channel, shall I say. So we were gonna talk about those kind of stuff. So first of all, my name is TJ. For those new to my channel, welcome. I do tech related videos such as this. I do vlogs, I do travel sometimes, I do a lot of unboxing videos. So if that finds you helpful, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you won't miss any of my video. So let's get started. First thing you need to have in your arsenal, of course, the camera. I know you couldn't start YouTube or anything without the camera. You know what you're gonna shoot, what you're gonna use to film. Crazy, right? So it doesn't matter if you're gonna have a Canon, if you're gonna have a Sony, if you're gonna have a Fuji or a Nikon, whatever camera it is. It depends on what are you gonna use it. If you're gonna use it for like wedding videography, if you're gonna use it for the YouTube like this. So it depends on where you're gonna use it. I suggest you having a camera with a 4K. Having a 4K in your camera, it's gonna be a future proof for you. Just in case, there's a lot of camera that comes out 4K, 6K, 8K. At least you got a 4K in your camera. Having a high resolution on your camera is a nice thing to have, especially if your camera has 120 frames per second. You never know when you're gonna use it. I mean, having those things in your camera is a nice thing to have. You didn't know if you want to do those client thing, or you want to upgrade to, when you want to take those wedding videography or wedding pictorial, something like that. If you want to shoot commercials, a lot of things, having those 4K and 120 frames per second, it's a must. So second things you need to have in your arsenal or in your bag, you need to have a lens. For me, I'm using the 24-70 f2.8 by Sigma. This is my workhorse. I shoot a lot of things with this lens. I shoot a baptismal, a birthday, those small events. I even use this for product b-rolls, something like that, and that's always in my bag. I mean, having those middle zoom lens, it's helpful when you are doing vlogs. I suggest you having those 16-35mm f2.8 or if you want a steady shot, you can have the Canon 16 to 35 f4. I mean, that is a much better than using the kit lens that comes with your camera. You can use, if you're using the Sony, you can use the there is a 18 to 35 from Sigma 2. There is a 24 to 70 G Master, but that lens costs a lot. If you are a professional YouTuber, of course you can afford those things, but if you are starting a YouTuber, I'm not suggesting you having it, you getting it, but if you have the money to buy it, go for it. It's like a $2,400 for the lens alone. So I mean, this lens, the Sigma 24 to 70, this is a $1,000 lens. But if you are blogging, as I say, you don't need those lens because they are zoom lens. I mean, if you're gonna use a zoom lens when vlogging, it's gonna be zooming your face. You need a wide angle lens. So wide angle lens, I suggest you having the 10 to 18 for Canon, or if you can get the 18 to 35 millimeter from Sigma, that would be good. The Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter has an aperture of f1.8. That is the lens I am using right now. It is nice. It gives you a blurry background. It will give you a shallow depth of field. So if you can afford this 18 to 35 millimeter, this is like $600 as of now. This is a nice lens to have. I mean, if you can, this lens has a noise on the zoom. I mean, you can, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is a nice lens to have. I mean, you can vlog with it. It's not that wide, but there is another one that I suggest, the Tokina 11 to 16 f 2.8. This Tokina 11 to 16 f 2.8 is a nice wide angle lens to have. I mean, having the 2.8 aperture when you're vlogging, I mean, your background is gonna be blurred, and it is nice to have because you can vlog on the dark places. It lets light a lot in your lens, so it has, as I say, 2.8 aperture. Having 2.8 will let all the light in to your lens. So yeah, those are the lenses that I suggest you having in your arsenal, depending on what you do, or you know where you're gonna use it. So the third thing I suggest you having is a microphone. The microphone I'm using right now, the one you are hearing, is the Rode video mic. This is the new one from Rode. This is the Rode NTG mic. This is a $250 mic, but there is a cheaper alternative. You can go get the Rode video mic micro, or if you got the if you want the cheap but a nice microphone, you can have the Boya BM M1 mic, or you can have the BAX R10, the mobile ones. They are cheap but they are good. So that is the third item, our camera gears, that I suggest you having in your arsenal. Whew. The fourth things that you gotta have to your arsenal is the tripod or Joby Gorilla Pod when you're vlogging. So this is a tripod. I mean, I'm not suggesting you getting this. This is not good. But when you're using this and here in the studio or inside your house, this is better. But I suggest you having the Manfrotto ones, because imagine you having a $2,000 to $3,000 worth of camera, and then you're just gonna use the cheaper ones. Imagine them tilting over and falling with your $3,000 camera. So yeah, when you're blogging and you want some small tripod, you can use the Adobe Gorilla Pod. This is the focus version. Adobe Gorilla Pod Focus. I mean, if you got a small camera or a light camera, I mean, I suggest you getting the small tripod like the Pixie Evo, the Manfrotto ones. This is like $100. So if you can afford to buy this expensive tripod, I mean, I suggest you get it. This is nice. This is tough. This is okay to use. It can carry a heavy camera with a heavy lens, so I suggest you getting this. So the fifth and last camera gear I suggest you having in your arsenal are those ND filters. ND filters. You need to have an ND filters, especially when you are shooting outside in the broad daylight. This thing will help you. This serves as a shades or a sunglasses for your lens. Imagine it was too bright and you already on that, you lower down the ISO and there's nothing you can do. It's still bright, it is still sunny. This is the thing you need. I mean, you're just gonna put this on your lens and you're gonna twist it. Look, it darkens. See, you don't need to change your aperture or your f-stops. When you have this one, this will help you shoot outside, especially in the bright sunny days. So having this in your bag will really help you. So those are the things that you need to have in your bag or arsenal if you're shooting YouTube videos such as like this. So if you got any question regarding about the gears, all of the thing that you saw that I shown you, I will link it down in the description below, so you don't need to look for it. You just click the blue thing on the description below. I am not paid nor anything by those things, not sponsored or anything. So you are free to look for the link in the description below. So yeah, if you got questions, leave it down in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Comment below, tell me about my video today. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.